Hey everybody. Okay, we're recording good. Hey everybody, welcome to Lawpedic, and this is the first video I've had in a while. I think it's been about a month, so forgive me if I'm kind of rusty. I'm trying to get right back into recording really interesting law topics that I'm researching and trying to figure out and understand just a little bit deeper. And today's video is shoplifting. So, just if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to be coming up with a lot more crime videos that are like all the different types of crimes that I'm learning about, and I want to make a video of each one. So today's video is going to be over shoplifting. And if you don't feel like, the video is giving you enough information, then here, I'm gonna adjust this. Then I do have an article which will be put in the description below that you can go ahead and read for deeper understanding. So let's jump in. What is shoplifting? Shoplifting is the act of taking merchandise from a store without paying for it. It is considered a crime and can result in criminal charges and legal consequences. So that's a very basic understanding of what shoplifting is, and we can keep going. So these are the different types of shoplifting I have found personally, and if you think of any other ones, you can leave them in a comment below. So there's traditional shoplifting, which person can walk in, they can be like, hey, I like this jacket, I'm going to take this jacket with me. I don't want to pay for this. That could be traditional in a sense. You have organized retail crime. So when I worked at Lowe's, they had a big issue of groups of people just going around to each of the different Lowe's stores and just running in, taking items, running out. And it was a group of organized crime. Like they knew what they were doing and they planned it together. Employee theft. When I worked at Walmart, this used to happen a lot as well. People would just take stuff while on their shift and just walk out. That's one of Walmart's biggest expenses is employee theft. Like employees steal from their company more than their actual workers do. And then casual shoplifting. So later on I go into a little bit about a syndrome I found that talks about people impulsively just taking stuff. Like just don't even, they're like, I want to take it. So those are the four I have found and that I have really dive down and deep into. So there could be more, and if you do understand more or if you found more, please leave a comment like I said. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of the different types of shoplifting. Actually, I'm just going to give you two. So example one is an individual with a history of financial struggles walks into a store and steals a few items and they can't afford to purchase. This could be due to a sudden or unexpected expense such as a medical bill or a lack of employment or financial support. So that's one example. It's like someone just can't afford it, but they really need it and they don't know how to ask for help. So they're like, I'm just going to take this. That's example one. Example two is a person walks into a store, selects a few items, and exits the store without paying for the merchandise. This could be done through concealment of items in a bag or coat, or just simply by walking out without shopping to pay. That example could be that person maybe just wanted to steal. Maybe they had the money, they just didn't want to spend the money on it. So they're like, I'm going to take this. So what are some causes of shoplifting? Like I mentioned before, you can have an impulse. So I found out that there's such thing as kleptomania, where they just have like an impulse just to steal stuff. Like even if they can afford it, they just like have an impulse of stealing. It's kind of like if someone has an impulse of cussing or an impulse like arson. Some pyromaniacs, I think they're called. They have an impulse to start fires. Socioeconomic, so that would be more if you're not able to afford, like if your area or your current environment is not able to afford it. So that's like who you grow up around, the type of environmental. Another cause could be you're in a very bad neighborhood, which these two I believe can go really well with each other, because usually people who can't afford the most, I'm not saying everyone who affords stuff can't are going to steal. It's not saying that, but it definitely is. Oh shoot, my apologies. So a store located in a high crime area with no security cameras or loss prevention personnel may be more likely to experience shoplifting. And then impulsive. For example, someone may see an item they want and impulsively decide to take it out without paying for it. That can kind of jump into the kleptomania now that I'm thinking about it. So what are some potential consequences? Well, this isn't everywhere. Every state has different consequences for how they charge this, but What I have found most is that if it's below $500, usually it's a misdemeanor. If it's above $500, it's a felony. Of course, you can have other charges tacked on with it. Another consequence is you would then have a criminal history if you have received the felony, and then you could also be banned from that particular type of store. If it's a Walmart or a Dollar General or Kroger's, that could be an issue, especially if you want to buy food. When should you seek an attorney? So I am not a lawyer. You should always seek an attorney if you're dealing with shoplifting. I'm just trying to find these things interesting. So this is when you should. It is recommended to seek the advice of an attorney when facing serious legal consequences related to shoplifting. This can include instances where you have been accused of shoplifting, or if you're a retailer seeking to pursue legal action against a suspected shoplifter. So if someone's like, hey dude, you're suing, like you shoplifted from me, and you're like, no I didn't, or if you did, you probably should seek an attorney because they're going to be able to figure out how to help your situation. Or if you've been stolen from, they're going to be able to help you in your situation to get your items back or receive compensation for those items. So that is today's video. Like I said, it's a little short just because it's my first video back after a month, and I just wanted to knock this out, guys. So make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and get ready for some more crime type videos. You guys have a good day.